that music would take center stage.
Music that Alex and Devin together provides context and sustenance for their lives and presents exciting opportunities for their future.
These will not be much longer, so okay, scene change. That got more applause than I thought it actually would. In my head, I saw that coming together as a spirited game of guess the toast. But now that we're knee deep in it, I think I'm having second thoughts.
Second thoughts from a second brother. The oldest never would have approved that bit.
It was my.
I liked it.
As we discussed themes for this toast, it was a foregone conclusion that music would take center stage.
Music brought Alex and Devin together, provides context and sustenance for their lives, and presents exciting opportunities for their future. They have poured everything into their music, and like Sonny and Cher, Miami Sound Machine, and No Doubt, this couple is a greater force together than they ever could be apart.
That was all fact checked too, so that's all real. Our most solemn role this evening is to provide advice on being married. Between the two of us, we have 36 years of experience, and we've pretty much got it nailed. Also, pay no attention to the lovely ladies at table 2 embarrassingly shaking their heads no. The point is, we're old, we've screwed up many things, and can provide some helpful suggestions for making it work. For starters, we've taken the liberty of providing you, Alex, your very own posture mat, similar to the ones used by young Suzuki violin students. So you'll know just where to go stand when she needs you to just get out of the way and go stand over there. Another useful add-on to this complimentary mat is a large tacit sign to remind you that sometimes it's best to be silent in those particular situations.
Communication is probably the most important component of a successful marriage, so that you can help each other navigate life's many hopes, fears, frustrations, and dreams. As you grow older, you rely on the candid, honest opinions that can only be offered by someone who knows you at the most fundamental level. Remember to always speak from a place of kindness and good intention, choosing your words carefully to be honest, loving, and supportive.
Alex, when you inevitably say something stupid, this caesura sign we will be providing Devin will be helpful in reminding you to come to a full stop. If you do stick your foot in your mouth, we should say when you do stick your foot in your mouth and encounter this, that's angry Devin face. For those of you that have not seen that before, when you see that, feel free to use this Da Capo al Segno sign. That means start over at the beginning and go to the sign. And what does the sign look like? Well, that's the happy Devin face. That's the end of the first page.
Yes!
Alex, as you move on to the legally joined stage in your relationship with Devin, it's probably best to make sure your new family knows exactly what they're getting with their incoming in-law. Well, folks, let's begin. Alex, we're going to start to learning everything valuable in life came from the two of us. Pause for laughter. Parentheses, pause for real laughter.
Wrote it all out, everybody.
I was Alex's first saxophone teacher. I can still hear shades of a familiar tone in his playing. I just regret that one of our initial lessons didn't include how to turn off his metronome, which I'm sure he learned after school personnel were ready to call the police regarding the mysterious ticking sound coming from his locker.
That really happened.
That's a true story, too. And for me, Alex learned the art of losing at Tecmo Bowl. We had a strict no mercy policy in our house when it came to video games, which led to epic beatings of a brother half my age. No regrets. Alex is also a fan of art of all varieties. Take cinema, for example. His first favorite film was Disney's Cinderella. I think we got to watch that movie probably 100 times before he turned 3. His tastes evolved as he grew. With a show of hands, can anyone else in this room say that they had the entirety of Tim Burton's Batman memorized? We got a couple? Alex, raise your hand. You're one of the two. And at the mature age of 10 or 11, he proudly informed his mother how many swear words he'd counted in the Bruce Willis classic Die Hard with a Vengeance.
More than 100 in the first 15 minutes.
In addition to the arts, Alex quickly became a respected athlete in our family, armed with enough understanding and dexterity to learn most any sport to a level of neighborhood proficiency or better. Outdoor games were a big part of growing up in our house. Alex gave and continues to give 100% at everything to great effect. On the baseball field, it didn't matter if it was the final out of the championship game or the first practice ground ball of spring. When he was playing shortstop, that first baseman had better be prepared for what was coming firing from deep in the hole.
Alex is always up for adventure, and as the youngest of 3 boys, he asked for, found, and created his share. He's been learning from our mistakes far longer than we realized. Andy and I didn't go with our class on the trip to Washington, D.C. in the 8th grade. And why not, do you wonder? It's because we didn't ask. Alex asked and later found himself in our nation's capital. Alex always sees opportunities where others may not. It's one of his many great qualities. In a family full of learners and teachers, he's found important things that the world needs to know about and made it his mission to blaze whatever path he deems necessary to work toward those goals. Devin and Devin's family, we hope you know that your family is getting one heck of a kind human being.
And to our family, we want you to know that you're getting an amazing in-law in Devin Copfer. We've known Devin for a number of years now, and if you ask me to boil her down to one word, and I feel like I can use this because she did earlier, it's fierce. Devin's sense of personal direction is keen and laser focused. She is whip smart and willing to engage in conversation on debate on any number of topics. Shane and I are convinced that Devin has an opinion on everything, and it's also more well thought out than whatever we could come up with. Things aren't always serious though. Our family's sense of humor is very particular, with plenty of playful sarcasm and roasting, and Devin has proven to be a valuable addition. You haven't lived until you've had to go to the burn unit from a scorcher Devin has laid on you with the sweetest smile on her face.
Devin is a favorite of our children as well. Whenever the family gets together, it's never questions from them about Uncle Andy, Uncle Alex, or Aunt Cheryl showing up. It's always, is Devin coming? Devin has a great way of relating with children on their level. This certainly comes mostly from her experience as a fantastic teacher, and probably also from dating Alex. Maybe a better single word to describe Devin would be strong. Andy, myself, and now Alex have all been fortunate enough to find partners that are very strong women.
Music made you into the individuals you are. Music has helped grow you into the couple you are and will be. Music sustains you by providing a path forward. If you're going to go big, then crescendo. Yeah. If you're going to go small, then go al niente. Yeah. If you're going to go medium,
maybe don't go medium. We'll tell you later. If you're building IKEA furniture together, not a good idea to go medium. There's a joke in there somewhere. But wherever you go, go together, Devin and Alex. It is truly an honor for all of us to be here to share this day with you.
We are so excited to see where your journey takes you, and everyone here will be along for your ride. It's been a privilege to be their best man. Everyone, please raise us in joining our glasses to the happy couple.
Here she was, cute, funny, what is this thing? I think something that Devin talked about in her speech to me at my wedding was how she wanted to be just like me, and that came from this love that she has. And our whole childhood was love and creation and fun, and Devin was such a big part of that. She always knew what she wanted, and I didn't get it at the time, but she wanted to be with me. She wanted to be my friend. She wanted to be like me, and that's just kind of the first way that showed up for me how big her heart is and how much she loves. And Mia and Chichi, who are her bridesmaids today, and I actually have no idea where they're sitting. Also among the bridesmaids, can talk about also, how creative Devin always was and fierce, and that mad face that we just saw was very real and even more intense maybe. I think they were gentle with that one. I think that was really sweet. That was the kind one. So obviously we've been in through a whole journey in our relationship, because I'm really grateful to be able to say that this incredible woman, stunning, fierce, committed, hardworking woman, passionate and loving, is my best friend. And it's mostly because of her, and because of how generous she is, and how open her heart was to me always, even though I wasn't always the most amazing best friend to her. I'm so grateful that you gave me that chance to be in your life in this way and to contribute to you. The fact that I can feel like I'm one of your best friends means so much to me, because you guys saw the 14 women who were on stage with Devin Marie Copfer. 14 of us! And she would not cut the number down. So many people were like, Devin, you can't have 14 bridesmaids. That's crazy. Or like, Devin, it's not possible that you have 14 best friends. Like, come on. But we had this incredible bachelorette weekend in Pittsburgh a few weeks ago. And Devin picked out a former convent for us to stay in. It was perfect. And I got to know all of these amazing women a little bit more, and Devin got to share a little bit about why each of us are important to her and what we mean to her in her life. And I just got so present to how big her heart is and how much room, again, there is in her heart, and how much space she holds for the people she loves. One more example is our sister Amy. We knew that she was out there in the world when we were growing up, and Devin staked a space out for Amy in her heart, a sight unseen. And a couple years ago, we got to meet her, and she came into our lives, and it was just like the fulfillment of everything that Devin dreamed and Devin hoped for, and Devin sort of like wanted to be. And Amy, you're very easy to love. But she loved you anyway. She was gonna love you no matter what. So that's just it. And I think, thank goodness there's so much room in there, because this guy holds up a lot of space in that heart too. He's kind of greedy with it. He's like taking up that space. He likes it. He's into it. But there's unlimited space. And Alex, thank you so much. I'm excited for Devin. I'm excited for Devin and your adventure together. She's super lucky, and I think the world of her. She's my favorite person in the whole world. And I think you're lucky to have Alex. So I just want you to know that's a big statement. Thank you for being who you are for us, for Devin, who you are for our family, kind, generous, loving, supportive, funny, fun to be with, a great bread maker. Please, thank you, always bring bread. You love that. It's really amazing. Just something that is like a really sturdy, solid, like simple contribution that just kind of is like, hey, Alex is there for us, and it, it's little. We know that you are, but it's like a little thing that shows us that. And I know I speak for Ronnie and James when I say that we're super pumped to have you as an official part of the family, our brother. We're really lucky, and I think when you think about how cool you guys are separately, obviously the together aspect is I mean, we saw, we saw what that was like. I've also never been to a wedding like this. Don't have as many years of experience as the Jordans, but we really, that was really special. And another thing is that, again, not to harp on your mean face, but like, you can't be intimidating, Devin.
What?
One of the things I love about you, Alex, is that you're not afraid of her. And she needs that. And I think it's so perfect. Devin loves big, Alex loves bigger. That's it. If there was anyone who could love as much and love more, I found you. I don't know how, but it's awesome. We saw how special you guys are. And you're also the same kind of nerd. So that's a really fun thing too, because when we're hanging out, I think one of the things that is really hard about loving these guys so much is living far away from them. And we live in New York, and me and my husband and Rooney, we live in New York, and I forgot to say the part about what a fucking awesome aunt you are to Rooney. You're so kick-ass. Rooney is really, really lucky, and I can't wait for her to grow up and want to be just like you and learn from you, and you can be her world. I'm really excited for that. But we come together, we come back to Cleveland, we go to my mom's house and everyone stays there. Devin and Alex drive up from Columbus, and we come from Cleveland, and we come from New York. And Alex and Devin just sometimes will sit in the living room at the piano and play music and play their songs and sing and write together, improvise together, and just hear them and see them respond to each other and adjust and laugh and have fun. It's really incredible. It's this thing of them even just being, like, probably not even knowing the impact that it has on us. But that fun, that responsiveness, that sweetness, that love, that's what I wish for your life together. And that's what I picture when I picture your adventures together and what you're gonna be and what you're gonna do. I'm really excited for that. So Devin, you know, again, having wanted to be like me growing up, I think the way that you've grown into the woman you are today, and the life that you've built, and the relationship that you've created, and the wedding that you've created, and the way that you just fiercely go after everything you want in life, that makes me want to be like you. And I hope that I can live up to sort of the world that you envision and that you are passionate about and that you create. And just thank you so much for letting me and my family be a part of your lives. And I can't wait for all the years to come. I'm really excited. Thank you, Cole, for this incredible experience and this incredible day. Love you. Cheers. I don't have a drink, but cheers.
I've never held a microphone for a better reason. I am so touched by this love. So this love touches all of us. You guys are sitting in a room that was put together yesterday by people who love us. Like, you know, Jackie, who came out and guided the whole floral thing, and Alex, we put Alex in art jail yesterday because he had to finish those drawings. Look at the drawings on your table. Alex Burgoyne shared his love with us in that beautiful way. Shannon has been here since last Friday, every single day, working on this wedding. There's so many people that, my sister Kim, my friend Tracy, people came out to help us. And those women that surround Devin lifted me up like, they're beautiful, every single one of them. And the guys are amazing. And together we have this beautiful family. And Anne and Mike, and their beautiful children, family, Sandy. I'm not kidding you. This is amazing. And I just want to say thank you. Carry all your wine bottles, baby, go. Like, I cannot. There are so many people to thank for having given us this to give to you. And that's what this love is. So when you really love somebody, it gives you love back. It just does. And these two love, and I get to see it. So I want to thank you, my own children, all of you. Thank you. And I love you all. To Alex and Devin.
Well. I am not going to beat Alex's brothers here, so I'll keep it shorter and a little less funny. A lot less, yeah. Good job, by the way, guys. You're a hard act to follow. So my little girl, you all know her, and you know, I know most of you think that the second picture is the predominant picture, but you know, as Shannon mentioned, that second picture you'll know when you touch the wrong nerve and done it, and no gumptions about letting you know. But on the softer side, she did adore her sister growing up. And her sister did adore her, even though I know she was annoying a lot of times. But the power of those two women that could change a man's life was really profound. I mean, extremely profound. Because they would gang up on me often, but they also set a tone for how each other interacted with the world that was really, obviously something I never experienced prior to that. So for me, it was a move towards seeing women grow up as independent forces in the world, which I'm an older guy and had never experienced it quite so well. And the appreciation it brought to my life was extremely profound. And it showed up in numerous ways. One was in how she attacked music as a passion. And her music, the lady who's responsible for her passion is in the audience today, Lisa, you here? She's somewhere. She attacked it, like she did many things in her life. And that also affected me in a lot of ways in how I looked at my life and my businesses and what I was doing in my life. And so the feedback from children to parent is as strong as parent to children, although most people don't look at it that way. And you know, one little example is her racing career. You may know she's a very profound musician, but she's also an extreme athlete. So this is a woman who determined in high school that she was going to win the Lake Erie Junior Championship. And a full woman crew, which is a female driver and a female crew, had never won. In the 87-year history of the Lake Erie Junior Championship had ever won until the last day of the last race of the Lake Erie Junior Championship. She beat the guy behind her by a mile. And Renee and I were standing on the deck of the boat watching her, and it was unbelievable how that determination in this woman changed history, and there's now a Copfer Memorial Trophy for the best female crew of sailing in Lake Erie. So she brings this guy home one day, and like both of my daughters, he gets the proverbial, I own a shotgun and a shovel, and I know how to use them both. He got it. Shannon, yeah, they all got it. Here's my response from Alex. Yeah, whatever. Instant, I knew he was the one. And yeah, there was no doubt. A couple years later, I met some ex-boyfriend of Shannon's in Tremont. He walked up to me and goes, "Oh, Mr. Copfer, how are you?" I'm like, I didn't recognize him. He said, "Oh, I used to date Devin." I'm like, "Oh, what happened?" He goes, "Well, haven't you told me that shotgun and shovel story?" It's like, what's going on? Oh, yeah, he wasn't one of them. But Alex, I gotta tell you, you're a deeply profound man who I can tell loves her dearly. And so there's not a drop of fear in my heart that you will not take care of her forever. And I know she adores you. And to me, that's all the difference in the world. Thank you.
Eat the mic. He told me to eat the mic. I've had a big meal already, Alex. First of all, I want to thank everyone for being here. Being the fifth one on the stage here, you're going to start to notice a theme if you haven't already. Nothing I'm going to say will surprise you in any way, but I'm going to say it anyway. Of all the things I have experienced in my life, I have always considered family to be my best thing. Although I miss the days when the house was full of the noise and the love and the laughter and the general craziness of three boys, I enjoy their adulthood and the partners that they've chosen and the grandkids they have provided just as much. We are so lucky to have three sons and their families to share life with, who accept our love and love us back. We are all excited as Alex embarks on this most important journey. Alex has always been a focused individual. He knows what he wants, and he doesn't allow much to get in the way. His older brothers sometimes complain, and I think you heard that they did complain, that Alex got to do so much more than they did when they were growing up. He probably did because he never stopped asking. There were times when we had no idea what was on his mind. Imagine our surprise when we found out that he was no longer a music education major in college. He was going to be a performance major. We weren't really sure about that decision, but Alex was. He has never wavered and has found a way to wrap his world in music. We are so proud of his focus, his determination, and his success in making his dreams come true. Am I eating this mic okay?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
In Devon, Alex found the perfect partner. Another dream come true. Devon holds a similar vision of the future and their careers complement each other. Devon flew into our lives just a little bit like Tinkerbell. She fits perfectly, not only holding her own, but flitting about, creating her own interesting ripples and eddies, helping us see the world from yet another angle. She is kind and engaged, and we have all fallen in love. We couldn't ask for a better foil for Alex. I think the following describes both of them. They are feisty and sweet, hot-headed and kind, loving and lovable. Their fiery personalities are tempered perfectly by a sweetness that runs deep. They are artistic and funny and introspective and attentively aware of both the tragedies and the celebrations in the lives around them. They give of themselves freely and strive with a focused determination to make their worlds better, both in their work and in their relationships. They are magic together. We have watched them experience the love and the laughter that will support them through the storms that life sometimes brings. I hope Alex and Devon never stop dreaming, for dreams allow us to imagine what we might want to be, do, or have. And imagining is the first step to reality. My wish for them is that they enjoy the journey as their dreams come true. The getting there is the precious part of life. Let's have a toast. To Alex and Devon, may the magic that you create together take you on new adventures, those already imagined and those as of yet undreamed.